Look at her.
It's like the profession. It's like the briefcase.
Yeah. Or Destiny should be in the back, like.
Yeah. Let me know when we're rolling. All right, we're like a week out of Fashion Week. I'm here with Raul. We're the designer of Loire. So we were just talking a little bit about how the fashion show went this like, past week. So you were saying it's pretty chaotic.
It was so chaotic. I mean, I feel like, yeah, we were just talking about how, like, I mean, the vibe of, like, trying to get in, I get it. It's, like, cool, and it brings back, like, that nostalgic, like, old New York. It's like, if you got in, you got in. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so we found out that there were these TikToks that were leaking the show, and we got bombarded by, like, 800 people. And unfortunately, a lot of, like, press couldn't get in, and, like, friends and family. But I mean, kind of made it pretty iconic.
As I said, it's a flex. It's
Yeah.
like, it was like fashion fanfare, but it was like, we were late and we were like at the back of the line, but we had such a good time, like seeing it all go down.
Yeah, I think the Black Friday sale at Walmart.
Yeah. The line was crazy. There were cheers. But it was also just like such a joyous crowd, I think. Like, one of my favorite things about Loire is that, like, the shows always feel like such a celebration. It's a really, like, when you had your show when you came back exactly a year ago, it was like a pep rally. Everyone was cheering on the models, and it was...
Everyone was really excited. I mean, with Loire, I just feel like at the shows per se, I just kind of want to immerse everyone in this, like, family reunion, this moment where everyone can kind of, like, it's almost like being at a communal table of, like, dining, and, like, everyone just, like, chill. And I know, like, people come dressed up.
Yeah.
Like, people dress up to come to the show, and I love that. Even, like, editors, everyone is like, okay, this is where you get dressed up to go to. And I love that. I love that it's like you're going to a family reunion.
Yeah.
And everyone's chill, the vibes are great, everyone's getting along, people are meeting new people, and to me, that's what it should be all about. I mean, like, that's the beauty of it.
Where do you think that, like, seeking this kind of communal table, like, energy comes from?
I mean, it comes a lot from, like, my upbringing.
Yeah.
With, like, this collection, it was really inspired by my family reunions that we did every Saturday, which was really just a potluck.
Yeah.
But my mom's side and my dad's side would get together at someone's apartment that was in the family. It would be like, oh, this month is at, like, so-and-so's house. Next month is at, and then you would bring, like, your specialty dish. And everyone would come in, like, the best looks to, like, flex. Like, oh, yeah, you know, I've been working really hard. I got, like, I made it to America, and I'm doing well. But probably, you know, they're not really doing that well, but, you know, they just wanted to show that they're doing something.
Yeah.
And they put on their best to come out and show out.
Were there any looks in this collection particularly that, like, you could see as, like, you could remember references, like, of...
So the opening look, which Christy wore, is a specific look that kind of, like, encapsulates the whole entire story and narrative of the collection.
Yeah.
So between the tech jackets, is that moment before you take your jacket off and put it on the bed where the baby was sleeping.
Yeah.
And walk into the party. It's that specific vortex, that, like, specific moment before they take the jacket off from when they walk in, where the juxtaposition between the tech jacket and the evening gown kind of, like, play. So if you see, like, this one, it's like
So
yeah,
sick.
I'll show you the two references. It's actually my aunt's, this part is actually my aunt's old dress, and the other one is my cousin's old, like, spider jacket.
It's so New York. It's such, like, a mix of, like, that. Like, I love that you're not doing, like, high-low, but it's, like, a juxtaposition of, like, those, that, like, that shifting moment.
So it's like if you was to, like, be wearing, like, your, like, a big oversized, like, tech jacket that you probably got handed down from, like, someone when you got to, like, New York. They're like, well, here, I have a Columbia jacket. Here, put this on. Like, it's, like, from the hand-me-downs. But they didn't care what they had on when they got there.
It's the reveal.
The reveal. But for me, it was that.
The space between.
Yeah. How, like, they, like, both work so, like, symbiotically and, like, so, like, perfect. I mean, and that's very Loire.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So that's kind of like the moment of like, I'll show you the two references.
What makes New York fashion, and what makes like New York Fashion Week special? What do you think are like the defining characteristics of New York fashion, or at least for you?
I mean, I feel like with New York fashion, I think like the kids here kind of, I mean, we're really raised in an era of pop culture.
Yeah.
Like all of us.
Yeah.
Even when you start coming up, you already like are getting your references.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and then it's such a like a it's not such a big city per se like London where it's like huge. It's like you have to go to like East London, South London, and everything is kind of like a commute. But I feel like in New York it's so tight and small. I mean, and you have all these like specific communities.
Like physically small.
Physical.
They're jammed
like,
all in
yeah,
together,
everyone's
yeah.
just like jammed in, and I feel like that plays a major part in like how fashion in New York really plays off, where it's like more of a word of mouth thing, even with the looks.
Yeah.
Where like we kind of all feed off of each other, like, oh, that's cute, girl. Like, oh, I love that, and you're just kind of picking up the pieces to the puzzle as you go, and then you find your own look, your own kind
Everyone's
of
in
aesthetic.
like conversation with each other visually.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the beauty also of New York, where you just leave, like, you leave your house at like 9 a.m. and you're back at like 5 a.m.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I did.
So it's like, I mean,
You're on the train.
I'm a native New Yorker, so that's like my life. It's like I get dressed up and I'm not coming home.
Yeah, I feel
So I feel like New York kids literally put their looks on before they go.
So you can't stop home.
You can't stop.
You're
Yeah,
going.
you're out. Like,
Yeah.
because the girls are gonna be like, "Oh, let's meet for drinks," or like, "Let's go here," or "Let's go there," and it's like I said,
You
it's
dress
so,
for everything.
you dress for everything, and I feel like this is why Loire is so specific too with things like that, because like I love to merge. For me, luxury doesn't mean price points.
Yeah.
Or that it's like it comes from like a crazy house. I'm like, I wear thrift still every day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a feeling.
it's more of a feeling. It's more about how you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you style yourself. To me, that's luxury now. Like, because you can have, I mean, especially right now where everything was like fast fashion and all these things, it's like everyone's just trying to like just speed up the looks.
It's not like a wealth indicator, or like when you can see someone's outfit, you can
Be
just
like,
price it
yeah,
immediately.
100%. And I've been in this scene a very long time. There's people that you might think that don't have the money, they have the money. And then the ones that it's always, you know.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, for me, that's a big thing where it's like the New York fashion, where it's like, we just make it work.
Yeah, I
and
feel
we just go out to like feel fab and like, you know.
And to look at each other's outfits.
Yeah,
Straight up.
exactly.
I feel like your collection, especially this one, like I could wear it on the way to the party, but also when everyone else is going to work and I'm on the train home. Like it's
Period.
Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
both ways.
Exactly.
Which is like a great feeling.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's nice to not be like super femmed out all at once. It's like I can still be in like a cocktail dress that's sexy, but it's also like powerful. I love
Yeah.
all the big shoulders too.
Yeah, the shoulders wasn't really an homage to the 80s or 90s, which the collection was inspired by that. It was more inspired by more of my upbringing and like kind of like doing this whole like turtle effect of like being at these reunions and these like potlucks or like at family gatherings where I would kind of like scrunch myself down and kind of hide myself for being this like super flamboyant, and I didn't want to stand out. The weight of the world on my shoulders, so it's kind of like it's more of a symbol of how I felt at that time, opposed to it being like an homage to the 80s and 90s
Yeah.
shoulder pad era.
It's more of an emotional experience.
It was, yeah, like if you see, like, it looks like you're kind of like, your neck is kind of like really submerged in when you put on the pieces.
As a chronic hunchback, I love
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And I think that's so cool to like take these like feelings of like weirdness or discomfort in fashion and like instead of like bury it, like actually go in on this like idea.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, chicify it basically is such like a sick empowering thing.
Yeah.
love
And
it.
I think it's like, that's also key is like, I know as kids like coming up and like, in like our communities and like the spaces that we kind of like coexist in. Sometimes like I feel like kids can get like really caught up in like the like what people say about them and like how they perceive them. And obviously, yes, it's hard and it's crazy because like obviously I've gone through all my trauma, but I feel like you need to take that and kind of like juice yourself up and just kind of like take whatever they're saying to you. That means it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's your gem.
That's what's gonna make you hot.
That's
in New York, on the
in New
scene.
York especially. It's like if they're looking at you and they're laughing at you, you look fab.
Yeah, like
That means, like-
that's your star quality. That's what's unique.
For me, it was always like if I walked out my house and I was not looked at or criticized back in the days.
That means your outfit sucked.
No, I went home.
Oh, really?
No, I would specifically go home and change.
Wow.
Like I would change my outfit. If I walked out and somebody didn't say something crazy to me or looked at me crazy, you could ask my friends, I would go home and just go nuts and then come out. And then when I got the looks and the stares, then I was like, cute. Now I'm gonna go to the party and the girls are gonna live.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of people watching this would probably be really curious from you. Like, there's some people that want to be in fashion, or like, how did you go from like that kid that's like hunching back to like, what are the steps of your career you think that got you to the point where you're like running like a...
You have to find like your community and also find like your chosen families where you need people that are gonna try to guide you and help you and kind of like push you. I wasn't able to go to fashion or art school, so I was sneaking into libraries. So I used my friends' IDs to get in.
Yeah.
But I think it's like I said. I think it's more about just kind of like taking whatever people are using to hurt you and use that as ammunition to create the gem that you can become and like the magic that you can do with your artistry or your creativity. And just have good core friends that are really actually there for you and really just super supportive. Like I have all my friends have been supporting me from day one and are still there.
How did you meet most of these people?
Downtown, just hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, I chose to cross the bridge from Brooklyn because I was like, I'm tired of being here and like being looked at like I'm crazy. I know there's other people that look like me. I chose to get on the train and cross the bridge and go to downtown and like I found like Christopher Street. I found like St. Mark's. I found all these places that kind of like I felt comfortable in and I was like, oh, okay, well, she looks crazy, but I'm gonna look crazier than her. You know?
Yeah. And when you're together with the other crazy dressed people, like that's why I don't know, you feel confident. Like
Yeah.
you leave the house, you're like, ugh, once you're with your friends and you're
It's
all...
like you drop that whole
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm saying it's so crucial for like to build that tough skin. And I know it's hard because we all come from like we could come from like broken homes or like being bullied and scrutinized, picked on, like, but it took a long time to get me to the point where I didn't have to hunch my back, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, and that's when I met like all the like gay kids on like Christopher Street, and I was like, okay, like wait, whoa, this is crazy. Like I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah.
But these kids were like, they had this like fuck it attitude. And I was still in the closet, and I remember like they're like fuck them, you know. Then you start hearing the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like they're the ones now saying like let's bash them.
No, we're the cool kids.
We're the cool kids. They're
Yeah.
not. And it just kind of started embedding in my head where I was just like, you right. And then, girl, I busted that door open of that closet, and I remember wearing like. I used to have my hair pressed, like, because I used to get changed on the platform. I would never leave my house in a look.
Yeah.
When I was like a teen, I would put my clothing on the train platform. I would change and then go to Christopher Street. But I think when I like busted the door open and I was like, I'm gay, I'm out. I still remember I had like my hair in like a mohawk, and I was wearing like this like woman's like diesel like dirty washed denim. They were like these Ravik jeans.
Sick.
And it was like a Speedy bag and like Dior like clear lens. It was like big lens. I always wore like eyewear. I was always like an eyewear girl. But I remember pressing my hair. My hair was like down to here,
Oh my
and
God.
I was just like, I'm out. And I walked right in front of my family. I walked in front. I was like, and then it worked. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I think it was more that fuck it attitude that I kept hearing every day I was going to Christopher Street. It kind of just like helped me to like kind of like propel me to get to the point where I'm at now.
Yeah, and like find a context for like like-minded people. I love
Yeah.
to say like you got changed on the platform because that even comes back to like the look, like that's the moment of like your family taking off their coats. There's like so much of this in between.
100%. I mean, it's all the transformation. It's
Yeah.
all like,
Are there any like other looks we can take a look at?
yeah, of course. I mean, we have like these for the trade, which were inspired by like the drug dealers. They're just like full of pockets.
Sick.
It's like super like detailed. It becomes like a vest.
I can tell this is like flattering too.
Yeah. No, this was definitely
It fits
yeah.
right.
We have like these girls.
Oh, this is beautiful. And this is leather.
This is leather, embossed croc.
So sick.
Yeah.
Would you ever do real croc? I think you're supposed to say no.
No,
Never.
never. Yeah, we have like other ones.
This is so beautiful.
This is more like the
Ooh.
sexy.
Oh my god, I'm hearing this. This is so good.
This one's the one with the gloves, with the long
Beautiful.
train. Yeah, I love these. Very cha-cha.
I like clothes that make noise.
Yeah, me too.
Like it's good.
And then we just started doing denim.
Oh.
So these
wow.
are like actual like, so this denim is digitally printed. This is my actual denim and I got it printed because I'm obsessed with them. So the actual denim is 15 years old and it was these like raw salvage denims that I had. And I've patched them up for like 15 years now and I was like, wait, I want to kind of print these.
I've never seen someone do this. It's like
Yeah.
jegging print on actual jeans. That's so tight.
This is actually like my,
Can you see it's like not, it's just print. That's so cool. And what about
this is also digitally printed.
Do you do most of your own? Like you don't use a ton of print, so it's cool.
No, also it's because I am colorblind.
Oh really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. That's why my collections usually are neutral tones.
But I mean, just because you're so good with shape, I think neutral tones like let the like
Yeah.
more.
We have these, we didn't show. These are like actual like web pants.
Whoa.
Yeah. These are great. We'll probably like bring these back next season.
You definitely should. Those are sick. I feel like stomping around.
You
in
could,
those.
and yeah, those are great. So these, I mean, I really wanted like a blue. I've been obsessed with this like blue, and it was so hard to like get it made. This specific color and
What's the name of the bag?
This one is the Anna bag. These are like the laptop iPad girls. She's the clerical woman.
Like a PR girl. would have
She's a
this
PR
size.
girl, yeah. This is like for the girls that want to show off.
I love. That's my fave.
Yeah, she's so cute.
So tight. And this is like the stamped leather too.
Yeah, this one is embossed. This one is pony. It's like a splatter paint pony.
Pony hair.
Yeah, this one is the croc. I love her. She's like the chic, like Upper East Side girl.
Definitely. And then we've got the big ones.
Yeah, and then we have
Oh
the belts. And then these are like the weekenders, which is like the new girls.
no! I love.
And they open like
All the
hard.
way?
Yeah.
Oh, but they've got the catch, so it's not like your stuff's everywhere. This is so perv.
Yeah, it's so cute.
You could even fit like a change of heels in there.
No, you could put so much stuff in here.
That's so
It's,
hot.
yeah,
I love
it's so
it.
cute.
Which one's
I
the
want-
most you?
Actually, I love, out of all of these,
Yeah.
I love the blue.
Yeah.
I'm between her and her. Like the black croc, like snake python. So
It's
cute.
cute. Honestly, I like both.
I know, it's like, I want to be running through the airport like that. Just like crazed woman.
so good. Or like a team of interns with like arms full of Loire bags.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny. Yeah, those are great. And then these I love.
Ooh, what's this one called?
This is like a chalice that I made for like Stella. It's like Stella Noir.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I got to redesign and you can like wear.
That's so sick.
cute.
I love that.
It's like this. You're like running to the
Bring
airport.
this to the airport.
Yeah, like
That's
you just
so
like go to all
good.
the like bars in the airport and just fill it up and just
Don't even take it off.
yeah,
Just leave it
sustainability.
over. Yeah, I don't really love like a metal straw, but I would rock with this.
Cute.
It's chicified it for sure.